most recent conference was an in-person event. It was held this past April in Edmonton. And I'm proud to say that I was one of the conference planning team. And we gave that theme, the California Dreaming. We called it that because Toastmaster International is celebrating its 100th anniversary in 2024. And because the international conference is going back to where it all started in California, we thought, why not start dreaming about California? Now, I contributed both the theme and our conference tagline, which is Together Towards Tomorrow. But why did I use that tagline? Well, I liked it because it focused on the power that exists by working together as a team and on the role that each of us play within that team. And we can use that skill anywhere, whether it be in the club, outside of the club, or at work. So I'm going to be using those three words throughout my speech. The word together, it means united or in proximity of another person or people. I was a newbie Toastmaster just 3 months in, and several club members united and inspired me to join them on a road trip to Edmonton for the District 99 Spring Conference. And I am forever grateful to Crystal, Geraldine Grosstein, Brenda Georget, and Sharon Hicks that they cared enough to want me to experience that event. We drove to Edmonton together and attended, and I was sold. We had fun. We listened to exciting keynote speakers. Each of us decided to attend different educational sessions, and then we shared our experiences later. We watched the awards presentations, enjoyed the speech contest. There was food, there was dancing. Especially interesting was meeting all the Toastmasters. I've been only experiencing at the Toastmaster Club level. There might have been 15 of us. There was hundreds of happy, inspired, enthusiastic, handshaking Toastmasters. What I learned from that point on is that the conference is one unique place where we can get together with like-minded people who are also building on their skills and chasing their Toastmaster and or personal goals. I am a District 99 conference groupie. Towards. That means in the direction of. Now, 2016 was the year that I changed direction and went towards conference volunteering. On my conference registration, there was a portion that said, would you like to volunteer? I checked it off. And I gave up actually very little of my time during that conference. But during that time, I met some very interesting people and made some long-time friendships. But I think the most interesting portion of my volunteering was sitting at the registration table, handing out tags and bags, etc. I had the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of inspiring people that were happy to be there, smiling and engaged. It was a blast. But I've also been the door monitor. I've been the Toastmaster at educational sessions. I've given the toast and I've given the invocation at different meals. I was privileged to host several dignitaries at my dinner table. And this last conference, I was the Master of Ceremonies during the Saturday breakfast session. But every last volunteer role that I say yes to actually turns out to be a fascinating learning experience for me. Now, always up for a challenge, not one to turn down an opportunity, my volunteering turned in a different direction. I went towards volunteering on the conference planning committees, because working with others and sharing your opinions can actually make the event unique and memorable. I was co-chair for the 2017 fall conference, which was the last fall conference we had in Prince Albert, here in Prince Albert. It is one of the most interesting and I think one of the most fun conferences I've ever been to. And people still talk about it. One of the highlights was we had a keynote speaker from Sri Lanka. His name was Dhananjaya Hadarash. He had never seen snow. And here he was in a major snowstorm. Everybody loved him, and we sent him home with a zone for a cap. I was chair for the 2019 spring conference in Saskatoon. And during that conference, I learned the value of having a good team, knowing what their skills are, involving your team, and delegation. I was at the time dealing with cancer and chemo treatments, and I was one sick lady. Therefore, what I did was I set up the meeting dates and the locations for all the meetings and encouraged my team to take turns with me chairing the meeting, offering them the opportunity to build upon their planning, organization, and leadership skills. It truly was a win-win situation. And as you well know, I was on the planning committee for the recent held 2024 spring conference. But sometimes we have to do double duty, and that happened. Now, the planning committee portion of it, I was comfortable doing that because I'd done it in the past. And normally, I would not have taken on marketing subcommittee chair. But in a moment of insanity, I have to mention that I'd done some of the things that was in the description for that role. Next thing I know, the role was mine. The challenge, what a challenge it turned out to be. But you know what? I stuck it out. I knew that I couldn't do it on my own. I started asking questions. I did my research, and perhaps I wasn't the best marketing chair ever. But you know what? I learned new skills and I enhanced current ones, and I came out on top of it all. The word tomorrow. That means the day after today. Now, our 2020 spring conference was canceled due to the pandemic. And yes, we have held virtual and hybrid conferences over this past several years, which has its own set of challenges and its benefits. But it only took a global pandemic to realize that most of our daily work can be done from home. It's kind of funny, but things that weren't meant to be done from home in the past, such as attending meetings, managing teams, and even attending events, were all of a sudden completely well accepted to be done in your pajamas on your sofa. Now, you might have asked yourself at that time, why should I ever leave my sofa again, out of my house, apart from going for walks for your mental health? But guess what? Conferences still are the best chance to travel, connect with new people, have a great time learning things. And each event is unique and an experience, and no two conferences are the same. Now, I live in the now and in the present, but I plan and invest into my tomorrows, day after tomorrow, today. So I do register and I do attend the annual conferences for many reasons. Some I've shared with you already. But more importantly, the conference is by far one of the best investments in my Toastmaster learning and skills journey and for my personal life journey. So what about you? Are you interested in investing in your own tomorrow? Because, you know, ladies and gentlemen, it still amazes me that Toastmasters tell me they won't register for the conference because Edmonton's too far to go. Well, yes, Edmonton has hosted many conferences, but they don't have to host them all. Actually, any city that is willing in the northern part of Saskatchewan and Alberta can host, like Prince Albert, North Battleford, and Saskatoon. But I also recall when it was held here in Saskatoon, several people from Prince Albert told me it was too far to go. What? Some of us just travel there just to go shop or medical appointments. How far is too far? No time. Well, conferences, ladies and gentlemen, are usually held on the weekend when we normally don't work. But you don't have to attend the whole event. You can attend one day, like the Saturday. But when is the right time to go? No money, or it's costly. Yes, that was my concern too. Ladies and gentlemen, simply open up your dresser drawer, pull out a sock or your husband's sock and stuff $20 or $30 in it right now. Put it back into the drawer. In a month's time, dig it back out, put another $20 or $30 in it. And within 10 months, I guarantee you're going to have enough money for your registration. And you can call it your invest in the day after today. Soft money. So fellow Toastmasters, I hope to influence and guide you to take the lead and invest in yourself by planning to attend future conferences and maybe even volunteer for that. That decision is yours. What I can honestly say to all of you is that I am happy to be a conference group. I came out of it with newly acquired skills, enhanced current skills, and I became a better leader from my experiences, and so can you. So thank you to those caring members that encouraged me to join them at that 2014 spring conference. I'm glad to have made the decision to go on the journey, glad that I stepped up to volunteering at the conference. All those experiences were rewarding and enriching. Therefore, Team Woodland communicators, follow me, invest in your future. Let's work together towards tomorrow.